Hi everyone, it's me, Little Bird, again. So in my last video, I was talking about how Creator uses our spirit to warn us, like he did when this guy came up behind me in Calgary, and then how he uses divine intervention to save us. When we drove back from Calgary, I took over after Red Deer so that my friends could go to sleep. We went from Calgary to Banff and then from Banff to home, Mamio. So I'm driving from Red Deer to Mamio. And when we got onto Highway 13, I decided to put the car, or the truck, it's a brand new truck, into cruise control. And then I took my foot off the pedal. And as soon as I took my foot off the pedal, about a kilometer went by, and then we started to accelerate in speed. And I looked at the pedal, and the pedal is moving on its own, going down. So I tapped on the brake, just slightly, but the brake went all the way down. And I've got both my hands on the steering wheel, and I am freaked out because I know there's a turn coming up, a bend in the road. And then my girlfriend, she woke up. You see, Creator used her spirit, and she woke up, and she asked me, Liz, why are you going so fast? And then my feet are completely off the pedals, and the truck slowed right down. And I made that turn. And I am shaking. And I am telling her, I'm not driving anymore. You drive. You drive. My girlfriend Prissy, she didn't just buy a truck, she bought a quad as well. And this is the first time I'd ever been on a quad. When she bought this quad, she didn't buy any helmets. And we just took it out for a ride, because I'd never been on one. And it was just a ride around Mamio. And we were going to head back to her place. And we were heading back to her place, and a couple of friends from school, Murray and Steve, they stopped us and asked us if we were going to go to this party. They were headed there right now. I said, okay, well, we'll go and take the quad back, go get her truck and her brother to drive us to this party, get some alcohol, and we'd meet with them. From where we were, the party is behind us. And on that same stretch of road, at the end, is a cemetery. And on the other side of the cemetery is the road to go back to Prissy's place. And we're going to cut through the cemetery. And then as we're driving, Prissy says, let go of me and put your hands on the back railing grill. I said, why? And she said, just, it feels really good. I think I'm going to make a jump, and you're going to get butterflies if you do that. So I did it. And as soon as I did it, we started to go into the air, and she flew off the quad. And she flew this way and landed over there. See, she didn't jump off that quad, because had she jumped off that quad, she would have went that way. You don't just fly back. And I continued through the air, and I hit a barrier pole in a chain link fence at the main gate. And I went flying forward. I'm holding on to these bars in the back. I could have broke my arms. I should have broke my neck. I should have cracked my skull. But all I got was a surface wound. It's right here. Very light right there. And I flew back. And I was about 10 feet away from that quad. And I landed on my back in the snow. And when I was laying there, I can feel my body going really warm and then cold. And I cried out to God and told him I wasn't ready to go back home. And I'm yelling while I'm laying there. And I said that I haven't found true love yet. I don't know what love is yet. And I got warm again. And I rolled over. And I looked at Prissy, who was in the snowbank on the other side of the driveway. She cries out to me and says, "Why didn't you answer me?" I said, "I didn't hear you." She said, "You weren't moving. I was scared." She's like, "Liz, I was so scared. You weren't moving. I couldn't see your chest going up and down." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I was talking to God." She said, "No, you weren't talking at all. I was yelling for you. Are you okay?" She said, "You didn't answer me." "Because I didn't hear you." She said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I don't know yet." And then she came over to me and she's shocked because I have blood pouring down my face. And we walked to that party. And people were just looking at me. And Murray and Steve came and got us and led us to the bathroom. And Murray helped put my skin back together and clean my wound. He's telling these guys not to touch my skin because I could get infected. And he was telling me not to look in the mirror. And he called the ambulance. And my girlfriend is devastated. She felt like she caused that. She said, "I don't know what happened, but I seen what happened." It was like somebody pulled her off of that quad. And then the ambulance drivers, they came and picked me up and they took me to Wetaskiwin. And I said, wow, that's a pretty big gash. How'd you get that? Quadding accident. Quadding accident. Heard this. And we're driving. He goes, is that quad at that fence by the cemetery that we just passed? I said, yeah. That's where it happened. So when we were driving by, they stopped and the driver got out and went and checked this quad and this pole. I told him I hit the pole. And he comes back and he says, check to see if she's got any problems with her neck. And the paramedic that's in the back with me says that I don't have anything wrong with me. He says, does her skull feel soft? How does her skull feel? He says, no, there's nothing wrong with it, not as far as I can feel. He says, come and look at this. So that other paramedic went to go and look, and this one jumped into the front seat, and I'm laying there, and I'm like, why, what's going on? He said, young lady, you're lucky that you didn't snap your neck. The speedometer is all the way to the end. And he said, and there's a dent in the pole where your head would have hit. I know that's where you hit because there's a blood stain there. And you dented the pole with your head. So you got to make sure that your neck isn't moved, because we don't know whether or not your neck is injured or your skull is injured. You got to wait until you get to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, I got some x-rays and there was nothing wrong with my skull. There was nothing wrong with my neck. God listened to me. He didn't take me. My girlfriend didn't see me moving. She didn't hear me calling out to him. I didn't hear her. Because my spirit wasn't in my body anymore. But I was talking to God. And telling him that I didn't find true love yet. I didn't know what love was. I ended up with just a surface wound. But that was a miraculous time in my life, because I know that I should have had my neck broken. I know that I should have fallen off of that building. I know that if I didn't leave, I would have gotten shot. But God saved me each of those times. He saved me a few more times that year. He saved me a few more times throughout my life.